What if I told you that you can control your home just by lifting your finger? Meet SingleCue, the first gesture-controlled device that lets you interact with your TV, entertainment, and even smart home devices with a simple wave of your finger. Using advanced sensing technology, SingleCue tracks your simple finger movement in the air, letting you flip through channels, control volume, and do much more in an exciting new way. With SingleCue, the TV set, cable box, and other media devices you already have become smarter.
Hi.
If you're using a media streamer, SingleCue offers fast and fun control over content. It's freedom at your fingertip. SingleCue will even allow you to control smart home devices, such as smart lights and thermostats, with a flick of your hand. It's an amazing new way to control your home. Even setup is easy. Just plug in the electric cord, download the app, add the devices you own, and let SingleCue connect and control these devices wirelessly. Your home, connected, touch-free.
All right, so I want to show that to you because I saw that commercial, I think earlier today on Facebook. I saw it. It looks weird, interesting.
Awesome.
Awesome?
Yeah.
You like this?
Yeah.
I see.
I don't know, man. It's odd.
I instantly got upset.
Why?
No, but I want to hear why you like it before I tell you why it's awful.
Okay, well, I use an Xbox One, and it has a Kinect on it, and it uses a lot of kind of similar stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But if I can use all gestures to actually interact with something of that sort, because Xbox One is limited in a certain phase, because it hasn't actually jumped out of the box yet. But this seems very integrated in a lot of different...
What if you flick it off? I wonder what happens.
What do you mean flick it off?
Oh,
you mean flip it off?
Flip it off.
Oh, that's a flick it off.
Yeah.
It's like
flick it off is a...
well, I mean, it's seamless technology where you can go like from one application to the next and next, and you can actually control everything with your hands, your gestures, and your voice. That is amazing to me because it actually cuts down the amount of time I actually need to find the remote, go down, scroll down. Instead of you can just talk to it, and it does all the work for you.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know any downsides of that.
Well, based on what the commercial was that I saw, it's not voice activated. It's gesture. It's, hey, look at me. All right, now do what I'm telling you to do.
You'd be surprised how far gesture technology has actually come.
Yeah, no, with the Xbox, you can do the whole, you wave at the camera, at the Kinect, right? And then it starts doing things, and you can like slide over to the next page and whatnot, and like, oh, let me do this thing. And then,
to my knowledge,
cool.
the way the Xbox One works is it focuses on joints of body temperature in different parts of your body.
Yeah.
So if you can focus in on just fingertips, because it was supposed to be like something like this with your hands, fingertips that close, you can do so much more. Sign language, actually, it'd be a huge application for people who are deaf, who wanted to watch movies using subtitles. It'd be great for them.
Yeah. Well, you put it that way.
Well, that's my take on it.
That's fine. You think it's good? What do you like about it?
It's cool. I mean, I don't know if it's something I would ever utilize personally. I'm just not this kind of person.
Okay.
But I think it's
tech savvy.
I'm not exactly tech savvy. I mean, I am, but I'm not.
Okay.
I don't like having technology that much incorporated in my life. I really don't.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of an overwhelming thing now that we have so many different technical things to do and to learn. But I think this is great. I think there's a lot of things that can come with it too. Like you said, for people that are deaf, like, this is kind of interesting. Like there can be a lot of this can be utilized very well.
I hadn't thought about it as deeply as you were bringing
That's
it up.
the first thing that came into my mind was like somebody that's deaf.
Yeah.
Like, having to do all these signs and stuff.
Because voice-activated technology only works so far as the person's voice. It can recognize different people when they walk in. But as far as small hand gestures, when you need to communicate back in such a small way without a voice, it actually provides, I think, a larger platform for people who are incapable of doing that. And so I think it's really good for a small niche market, but beyond that, I don't even know. The limits might be, it might be boundless, really.
I guess.
I would think you get
Maybe.
signals crossed a lot too. Like somebody walks in your door and you're like,
can
hey,
happen.
and then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
like,
the lights turn on.
right?
Oh God.
Or you tell your kids a shit and everything goes off. It's like,
I've been playing. I was on my Xbox One. My fiance walks in while I've got my headset on. She goes, "Xbox, turn off." And I'm playing, and all of a sudden it goes, "Vroom. Do you want to turn off?" I'm like, "No, no!" It's just like out of nowhere. So I'm sure there's got to be some voice control if it is voice activated. This one doesn't look like it was, but it's very interesting. And I got to say though, I'm not like a I don't know what's called like a proto buyer.
Okay.
There's
The beta tester.
no, but there's a specific term in the business world for people who are or consumers who buy the first version who comes out on the market.
Okay.
And I don't know what it's called. I'm going to say proto buyer. But this is something I don't know if I would get. I want to see if it would work. If I needed it, I would get it. But it's something I would want to see, just like virtual reality right now. I'm not going to be the first person to go splurge on an Oculus. They said it was $600, and then everyone freaked out, and they're cutting down the price.
Okay.
Not totally sure, but I'm the kind of person who waits and sees.
See, my first thought was how much lazier can we become as people?
It's not really lazy.
well,
It's
now we have the hoverboard, and now we
We don't have to walk from room to room. We just roll in and hey, do your thing. That's it.
well, hoverboards are borderline. They're not illegal, but you heard about the laws placed on
All right.
hoverboards.
Is there
Yeah.
like a weight limit to this?
Yes.
Yes, there are. I think
Okay,
it's
so you have to stay
270 for
270, yeah.
That's for the legitimate ones.
yeah.
If you get knockoff one, the weight limits start fluctuating, and that's when the ones they start catching on
Explode
fire.
the fire.
So you can
yeah.
only be so much of a fat ass
Right.
and not walking around before like.
Yeah, but I guarantee over the next couple of years that weight limit is going to go up and up.
Well, at least in
Here's a
America.
400
We're-
pounder.
we're gonna have, like,
Yeah.
issues
Since
here.
they've
And now
actually
the wheels are this big because we're just that fat.
There's two on each
big
side.
wheel,
Yeah.
freaking hoverboards.
This is what we call the hoverboard, but it's actually it's basically a car.
There you go.
It's
Hoverboard,
Wall-E.
aka motorcycle.
Have you seen Wall-E?
Oh, there's a picture of people going through Target on hoverboards, just pushing them as they go.
Yeah.
And it looks cool when you first see it, and then you're like, wait a minute, something is wrong here. This
That's
is
where I
not
see the
good.
direction of everything going.
They have that, in Wall-E where
Yes,
it's like
exactly.
these big
Yes.
fat kids or whatever, and they're just.
The whole society got too fat. They've trashed Earth, and now they're just hovering around, eting, and that's it.
They're just consuming.
Yeah. That's when I saw this commercial. That's
Are you
where my mind
describing
went.
heaven to me? 'Cause that's,
Oh no.
that's
Yeah, because then you're just like laying there, like can't even move. Lift the one finger.
Get down here. Yeah. You wouldn't even be. Just. You can't even speak. That's all I got.
Yeah, it's going to go in a bad direction. I think. I don't. It's going too far into lazy. There are good things that can come from it, but we as Americans and consumers are not going to use it for that.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Do you think you can take something like the hoverboard and instead of using it as a transportation device for yourself, utilizing that in maybe another way?
Okay.
So you can transport goods, services, or maybe something that's heavier than you. Maybe if you're in a moving company.
Yeah, well, they have stuff like a pallet jack that was usual. You just like pump it up.
Yeah.
There's ones that have like assisted to lift heavier pallets, so you're not having to really push down.
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's like push a button. And
But I mean, think of this. Let's say you have a table and
Yeah.
you're by yourself and you can't move this whole thing by yourself. So let's say you put one end on a hoverboard and you lift it up to its angle, and then you get to lift it up and it gets to move with you just like you have another person, and you get to control how it moves.
See, I cut to a giant hole in the wall the shape of you and the table, where you applied too much pressure. You just
And we're gonna leave it there.
it's just a house. It's a table-shaped hole. With
And we're
you.
done. Honey, table's in. We're moving.
I don't know. I think with anything though, like we should all know the basics of how to do something.
You would think.
Because
You-
like you know how like children nowadays they're so robbed of like knowing how it was to be like old school and do
Yes.
things.
And that's the pattern that goes on.
And and like so for us I think it's okay to have this technology because we already know how it is to
Okay.
do without. But when your kids aren't knowing how life is without all this like assisted shit, they don't know how it is to like actually get up and change the channel on a TV. Like it's just sad.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know how to how basics work. So when all this shit goes out one day, when you don't have your little what is it? The hey, I'm home, let's turn on
Yeah.
the light, like
Hey, guys.
Manchester,
Whip, whip.
whatever. Right? When we don't have all that stuff, they're gonna be like a deer in headlights, and we're gonna know how to like light a match and a candle, and they're
See,
not.
It's gonna end up you're standing there like, all right. You're like cooking an egg from across the room because you don't want to get up and go fucking use the stove.
Okay, that's pushing it. You can cook an egg without that stuff now.
Yeah, no, but there's gonna be a robot over there you just like activate egg robot, and then hands come out.
There's not gonna be a robot just for cooking eggs. It's gonna be a robot cooking everything.
Have you not seen Back to the Future? That's part of it.
When we rely so much on this stuff.
I know.
It's an egg
but
cooking
now things have progressed
mechanism.
further. Go ahead.
Kids need to know how to learn to make an egg now before
Spoiled
it's too
bastards.
late. No, because it's really sad when they don't know the basics of anything.
I'm with you
not
on
saying-
changing the channel, by the way. I remember getting up and having to go to the television and going,
Or like
changing the
with
dial?
with the radio, where you have to get it just so you have your
and then you move
A
away.
little bit of static.
Damn it.
You have that ugly yellow boombox that you're trying to get this all to work right
It's
now.
not even like it's yellow. It was supposed to be white, but over the years, it's just become some faded brown, primordial.
You didn't have that yellow boombox like that.
I did not have a yellow boombox.
Yeah,
no.
like taxi cab yellow boombox. Oh, wow. Guess
How
that was
dare you.
advanced.
Mash just having too much fun over there with the camera. How dare you, sir? Thanks for watching. Thanks for heading up our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Click the link at the bottom there. Go to our website, ratpackpodcast.com or ratpack.productions, either or. And thanks for watching, guys.